it's Jasmine. I'm back today for part 2 of landing your perfect job. And today's video is going to be all about the interview process. So if you did not see my video on how to create the perfect resume, make sure to click the link in the description box or click the card up here, somewhere up here, to watch that video as well, because both of these videos go hand in hand. So if you're interested on my tips and tricks in regards to your interview process, make sure to continue to watch. You wrote your resume, you got a phone call, now you're about to go on your first interview, you're super nervous, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to wear, and you're freaking out. I'm gonna help you with all that, okay? So calm down, relax. I am gonna put your mind at ease on everything you need to know about the interview. So the first thing I wanna let you guys know that is probably the most important is if you've applied to a job and you're not 100% sure where the building is in which you have to go to your interview, go to the place the day before. This is so important, guys. The last thing you want to do is to be late for your interview. Sometimes you're new to the area and you don't know exactly with traffic how long it's going to take you to get there. So you always want to arrive 15 minutes early. The day before, go to the hospital or go to the building that your interview is going to be held at and make sure you time it to see how long it's going to take you to get there and what adjustments you need to make in order to arrive 15 minutes early. Because if you show up late to your interview, I can guarantee you, you will not get the job. Regardless if you say, oh my God, I ran into so much traffic. Oh, I wasn't quite sure where it was. They will not hire you, okay? Find out where your interview is going to be at. Make sure that you can arrive at least 15 minutes early. So now we're going to get into what you should wear and how your hair should be. So I'm going to go girls first, then guys. So if you are a female, you want to make sure to dress business casual. If you have tattoos and piercings and things like that, make sure you cannot see them. Make sure they are covered up. Even if the job is okay with tattoos, you just want to be on the safe side and make sure everything is covered up. I say this because I personally have tattoos and piercings, and even though they are acceptable in today's society, you want to make sure that you are covered up and as professional as possible when you go on your interviews. That means dress pants or skirts. Make sure you have a nice business blouse on, or you can do like a blouse or a cami that covers up, as well as like a blazer or a nice business jacket. You also have the option of wearing a nice dress. If it is a dress or a skirt, make sure it comes well below the knee. You do not want to show up to your interview in a mini skirt. When it comes to your shoes, make sure that they are closed-toed or boots or loafers, something to that extent. Make sure that you have a nice heel, or it can be a mini heel or flat. But you don't want to go in like pumps or platforms or shoes that you'll wear to the club. When it comes to your jewelry, keep it very minimum. You can do studs or small hoops, as well as when it comes to rings. You know, all the fancy little cute small rings that all the girls wear these days. You don't want to wear those to your interviews. Your wedding ring or no ring. Or if you wear like one simple ring that means something important to you, maybe it was a family heirloom or something like that, that is also acceptable. You don't want to go in with a ton of bracelets. A watch is nice and leave it at that. You don't want to have like a lot of stuff jingling and jangling while you're in your interview. Makeup, keep it simple, okay ladies? You do not want to go in with a beat face. You do not want to go in with, you know, winged liner to the gauze, even if you wear it every day. You do not want to go in with colorful, bright, glitter eyeshadow. I love it just as much as you do, but I would say no, okay? I prefer brows, foundation, a little bit of blush, lip gloss, mascara. Very simple, very clean, very professional. Unless, you know, you're applying for a job where you need to wear your makeup like that. If you're applying to MAC, beat your face to the gods, honey. You're applying to Sephora, Ulta, I understand it. So when it comes to your hair, make sure that it is either back in a slick bun so they can see your face, or that it is straight down, or it can be super curly, you know, in your natural hair state. None of that is unprofessional. I know a lot of women who are natural kind of have concerns about wearing their natural hair to an interview. I have personally seen employees get hired with their natural hair, so it's not really an issue. From my standpoint, I've always been comfortable with wearing my hair either two twists in the front, back in a bun, or just having it sleek back in a bun. This top knot would not happen in a job interview. This is a no-no. But you know, having it really sleek back into a back bun is perfectly fine, and that's what I would suggest. Okay, so now for the guys. Make sure that you are clean shaven. Don't go in with, you know, your big old beard and it's like needs to be trimmed and all this other stuff. If you have a beard, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure that you've had a recent shape up, line up, you know, it's put together, okay? As well as make sure your hair is cut or styled appropriately depending on whatever kind of hairstyle you wear. If you have dreads or locks, make sure they are clean and maybe freshly twisted, pulled back or down, but clean. When it comes to your clothes, guys, make sure that either one, you have on a suit, or you can have on a nice button down with a tie and some nice slacks, as well as dress shoes. Do not show up in jeans. I've seen it happen. He was not hired. So when you go into your interview, make sure all of your electronic devices are turned off. If you can, go into your interview without your cell phone. Leave it in the car. No one needs to contact you during your interview anyways. But I understand if you have small children and there are cases of emergency, make sure your phone is either on vibrate or you just power it off. When you go into your interview, you want to also make sure to take your resume, as well as make sure your resume is printed out on resume paper. Even though they can pull your resume up on the computer, or they might have printed out their copy of their own resume, it just shows them how dedicated you are to the job, as well as prepared for if they were not able to print your resume out, they can skim over it during your interview in case they want to ask any specific questions regarding your resume. The other thing you need to take into consideration is interview questions. I absolutely hate interview questions. I know it is such a pain in the butt, but there's nothing you can do to avoid them. So instead of freaking out about them, plan for them. All of your questions are going to be kind of the same, and once you get your answers down, they'll start to flow off your tongue even better and make it come off so natural and not rehearsed. The tough questions are the ones you need to prepare for, and those questions are: explain to us your greatest weakness. You don't want to honestly tell them what your weakness is. So if you're late every day, you don't want to be like, well, sometimes, you know, I just can't make it on time. No, you do not want to say that. And you want to say, you want to take one of your weaknesses and make it a positive. Then you need to also prepare for, why should we hire you? This is the time you get to talk about yourself in the most narcissistic way possible, and it's a good thing. You want to tell them all your great qualities and all the great things that you can contribute to their facility, which means you need to know their mission statement. If you are applying to a hospital, then every hospital has a mission statement. Every business has a mission statement. So before you go into your interview, find out what their mission statement is. So if their mission statement is, we want to provide the community with the best quality of care that we possibly can, then they asked you, why should we hire you? Well, you should hire me because my #1 goal in working in this hospital and as a nurse is to make sure that every patient that I take care of is given the best quality of care possible. Bam. They're going to be like, what? She knows our mission statement. The reason she should be hired is exactly what our mission statement is about. So make sure that you find out what your business or your hospital what their mission statement is before you go into your interview. And last but not least, do not go into your interview nervous. Once you walk through their door, it is all business from there. It is all about you selling yourself, and no one can sell themselves and talk about themselves the way that you can. So before you walk through those doors, take a deep breath in, let all your anxiety out, go in there and kill your interview. Okay. I know all of you guys are capable of getting whatever job you want. I don't care if it is from a fast food job all the way up to a corporate job. Whatever your goal is, even if you are a teenager watching this video right now and all you want is a summer job as a lifeguard, you are capable of getting that position. With these tips, I hope that all of you guys land your dream job. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to leave them below in the comment box. Make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel so you never miss any of my videos, as well as turn on your notification bell so that way YouTube will notify you whenever I post a new video. And until the next video, I'll talk to all of you huns later. Bye. Mwah.